For Met fans, it must have felt like the beginning of the end.
The Padres bombarding Cologne. It's now 5-1 San Diego.
First, there was Wilmer Flores emotionally reacting to fans who were relaying social media reports that he was about to be traded.
Well, Wilmer Flores clearly has been shedding some tears. He's been traded, and yet he's still playing for the Mets.
I got guys in the dugout reporting this thing, and nobody's told me a word. So I went down and said, listen, I don't know what's going on, but you got a game to play.
Then there was what followed a day later. The offense, which had been near last in the majors in most offensive categories through 4 months of the season, helped the Mets build a 6-run lead against the Padres.
Granderson hits one to deep right center field. Back goes Kemp, takes a look near the wall, and it's out of here!
But Jeurys Familia, who had been so reliable as the team's closer, served up a 3-run homer in the rain to Justin Upton with 2 outs in the ninth to send the Mets to a deflating defeat. Meanwhile, the Carlos Gomez deal that would have sent Flores to Milwaukee had fallen apart because Mets doctors expressed concern over Gomez's hip.
There is no trade. Whatever has been speculated has not and will not transpire.
The Mets, despite the recent promotion of Michael Conforto and acquisitions of Kelly Johnson and Juan Uribe from the Braves, still needed one significant bat to make them a legitimate postseason threat. That left GM Sandy Alderson scrambling as the non-waiver trade deadline loomed. The Mets were 3 games behind the Nationals, who were about to come to town. Then, an amazing change of fortunes happened. After seriously talking with the Cincinnati Reds about acquiring Jay Bruce, and also discussing Upton with the Padres, the Mets agreed to acquire Yoenis Cespedes from the Detroit Tigers 13 minutes before the trade deadline.
This is a big win for the Mets. They obviously had to add somebody with power. They've been looking.
The acquisition of Cespedes came with a sizable price tag, which had given Mets officials pause, but owner Jeff Wilpon signed off on parting with highly regarded pitching prospect Michael Fulmer in order to land the rental Cespedes.
And a nice big hand for Wilmer Flores as he comes to bat.
That night, Flores was cheered by fans for his desire to remain a Met. And Flores, in storybook fashion, hit a walk-off homer in the 12th inning.
It's out of here! Flores ends it with a home run!
The Mets went on to sweep the Nationals that weekend to pull even atop the NL East.
Daniel Murphy sends one into the second deck. Back-to-back home runs.
The Amazons also swept a 3-game series from the Nats in D.C. in early September.
And the ball game is over! The Mets come from 6 runs down.
And what had been a 3-game deficit ballooned to as much as a 9.5-game division lead at one point. Now the Mets are back in the playoffs for the first time since 2006. And a crazy 48 hours in late July that seemed like rock bottom instead ended up serving as the springboard for what is now a run at the franchise's 3rd World Championship.